Well, I did have a testimonial I was going to read. I feel like speaking to you guys directly would be a lot more raw. This program really did help me in a lot of respects. All of the facts that she revealed on that initial slide were true about myself. I really was clamored. I would go to school and not talk to a single person, and afterwards go home and not even tell my parents a word about my school day or much of a word at all. I was very clamored. I lived in my own world, and all of those problems were my daily reality. Oh goodness, was it horrible. But when I started to really get the SPICES treatment, all of it really changed for me. That sense that I couldn't really associate with others completely disappeared. I decided to start using my interest in production in particular to start putting on plays in my high school. I directed a total of 9 plays in my time, and I'm going to be going to USC's Film and Television Production Award with the possibility of joining other awards like the Theater Award, for instance. I really want to make an impact in people's lives now, especially through entertainment, which I feel can speak to all walks of people. And I really have the SPICES program to thank me, or the world to thank for that. Honestly, it taught me, I think, the largest thing you can really teach a person, which is life purpose. Because all of the other superficial things are there and you can kind of dust them off, but if you don't have that greater sense of life purpose, then it's all kind of meaningless. And I feel like I can become a great director, a film director in particular, and I can really impact people's lives now. And I have maps in the SPICES program to really thank you for that.
If you go back on the second row was CL, who actually attempted suicide. And it's traumatic. Like, why would anybody want to give up their own life if they were brought into this world? And so I actually want to introduce you to that person.
Hey, hi, my name is Courtney Lloyd. I have a pretty soft voice, so I'm going to try my best to project my voice. So Sarai just told me today to come, and it was kind of short notice, and I'm not as good with words as Adrian is, but I'll try my best. So I guess I should talk about my life before MAPS. I joined MAPS winter of 2012, and summer 2012 I was in a really dark place. I was stuck at home a lot. I was kind of like scared to go out with my friends because I just didn't really like social gatherings and stuff. So I stayed at home. I didn't talk to my family. I had a really bad relationship with my sister, and I just felt like nobody in family cared, none of my friends cared about how I felt, and I just felt really like worthless. I didn't find value in life. I didn't feel like I had anything to offer to the world, and so I just felt like I had nothing to lose. So when I got back to school, I joined Master College, thinking that it was a program to help me get to college, because that's what the name implies. But it was much more than that. When I joined Master College, Dr. Sarai, she helped me. One day she talked to me, she asked me, how are you feeling, Courtney? And then I wasn't used to that because nobody ever asked me how I felt. And I said, oh, I feel okay. And then we started talking about like my friends and everything, and how I was feeling at school. And then Sarai told me, you know, I felt this way too when I was younger. I felt really alone and like nobody was listening. And then I burst out crying, and then I started telling her everything about how I felt, and that was really difficult for me, and because I never did anything like that before. I wasn't able to open up to anybody. So after I talked to Sarai, that's when I started getting interested in the program. Started going to all of her readings, and it was a really important curriculum for me. It really changed my life. And yeah, one event I want to talk about is when I was cyberbullied. This was a couple months into MAPS. I was really active on the social media site called Tumblr, where it's sort of like a blog that's public to everybody. And a girl, she started messaging me telling me that I was like dumb and worthless and, you know, the works, just all those sort of words. And something in me felt like, I felt really angry. I wanted to fire back at her and tell her that she was all those things, she was dumb, she was worthless and all that. But I reviewed my notes with Sarai and MAPS and everything, and so I realized everybody goes through their own issues, and this girl, she wasn't being mean to me to be mean, she was just trying to let out her own anger from whatever she was going through. So I messaged her back and I told her, you know, I'm sorry about anything that you're going through right now in your personal life. I don't blame you for bullying me. I know that you're going through your own things, and if you want to talk about it, you can talk to me. And then to my surprise, she actually messaged me back and she told me, my parents are never there for me and nobody ever reached out to me like you did, so thank you for that. So after that, we became really good friends. We talked every day, we messaged every day, and to this day we still talk. And it was really weird because I kind of met someone that was kind of like me, and like me in the past. And then I realized the reason why I reached out to this girl was because Dr. Star reached out to me. So I think if I reach out to her, then she'll reach out to other people, and that's why I think like maps is important. It's like it's really important for people to get into maps and spices, because then we'll all just start reaching out to people and we'll all become happier and get to open up and everything. And I know that sounds really idealistic to me, but I think it's possible. Because it happened for me, and I thought that was impossible for me to do it myself and happy with myself. And I also want to mention about my nails. They actually aren't painted today. I usually paint them really nice. But before maps, I was really addicted to biting my nails in social situations. Like if I was in a group like this, sitting down, I just start biting my nails because I didn't like being in like crowds, and just gave me kind of the comfort to bite my nails. But after joining maps, I just thought, biting my nails isn't a very good thing for me to do. I want to have them nice and long so I can paint them and make them look nice and stuff. So I didn't bite them anymore after maps. It was weird because I bit my nails for my whole life. So yeah, maps is like weird like that. I just thought I did. And yeah, now I have fun painting them and all that stuff.
Where are you going to school? Where are you going to school?
Oh, I'm going to school to UC San Diego. That was my dream school. And actually in my essay for UCs, I mentioned maps and spices and how it helped me. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. And then the last thing I want to talk about was my suicide attempt. So due to lack of funding, maps closed down for a while, for a couple months. And so after that, I stopped looking through my notes. I kind of just went back to my old ways, my old cycle. And I went with my friends to this thing called Decon. It's like this club convention. And when we were there, I was gone for a while because long story short, I was gone for a while. And I asked my friends, did you notice I was gone? And they said no. And that made me really angry. I wanted them to notice that I was gone. So then I went to the hotel room and I tried to hang myself. I was kind of in the air for 10-15 seconds when something in me just thought no, you shouldn't do this. So I just started kicking around and I fell, and that was that. And when I came back to Long Park, which is where we are at, I talked to Sarai about it, and Sarai told me, you don't know what life has to offer you, just end your life. And I started rereading my notes again. I talked to Sarai more often, and yeah, that really brought me back to my old math cycle. And yeah, I just got a lot better. I think this is a really important curriculum to teach everybody because it actually works. It's different from other programs because, well, other programs, they tell you, you're loved and everything. This program teaches you to love yourself, which I think is really important. Because once you're able to love yourself, you're able to love everybody else. Like me, I love everybody now, and I love myself. Yeah, it's not something where you feel sorry for yourself and, you're just oh, whatever. You actually feel empowered. Every time after I talk to Sarai and after I'm in maps and everything, I feel it's putting my cape on and saving the world and stuff. It's it's really empowering and not just, yeah, so, okay, thank you.
So being in the educational field and just working with humans and being in front of a lot of the mental health providers, it's really, it's not, you might not be sure of how this can apply or, does this really work in the mental health field? And so I brought Agnes over to not only film me, but she's actually in her second year in the Master in Social Work, and she's an intern with the Department of Mental Health for the summer. So I don't know if Agnes, you want to go on camera or off camera if you want to say anything, or?
Yeah, I'll just speak from here. Just quickly, I've been interning with Sarai, Dr. Koo, just recently, it's been only a couple months, and just tasting spices just through my interaction with her has been really valuable as an an individual that's wanting to counsel and going into Department of Mental Health myself. And one of the things that I just want to let you know and piggyback is just feeling like learning how to love myself and genuinely love myself, and through that I'm able to love others. And I've been to other counseling sessions, I've been to other agencies, and you know, you can learn about, yes, like a curriculum that teaches you need to love yourself and just tell you talk the talk, but for Dr. Kru, you really feel loved and you learn to value yourself, not just with your head. It's not just a theory, I need to love myself so I can, you know, improve, but by learning how to love myself, it brings you out of self-victimization, and I think that's one thing I come across daily in my other internships as well, is how do I get people out of self-victimization? And it's just a cycle, and just listening and hearing. Just counseling looks like just listening to them talk about their problems and all that they went through, but through this program, it's like it teaches you how to get people out of there and prepares you, just like builds a foundation so that when things happen, like traumas happen in your life in the future, it's like it teaches you how to overcome those issues with techniques and without having to go back to your counselor. And so, yeah, that was my experience of just a little taste of SPICES.
You know, I just want to say that SPICES can just be another acronym or just a lofty idea, but for my entire life, just to find the why and the how-to through an educational program can happen. What I'm saying is that change is possible when everybody says it's impossible, because literally, if people said that change is not possible or the impossible is still impossible, then you know what, at this moment in time, you know, we would not have airplanes, cell phones, and President Obama would not be the president right now.